Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube and StreamYard.com. It is good. I'm Michael Fletcher, alongside the guys, Anthony Florio, Michael Bullock. Gentlemen, we got Smackdown live. We're going to kick that off tonight, and then we will have my review of AEW Collision Grand Slam from Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York. We had that. And that's the only thing we're gonna have. There is no MLW stuff. I don't know. Yeah, there is no MLW. I don't see anything here for it. Hold on. Let me just check something quick. I think right there. Let me see. Get that out of the way. MLW 926. All right, yeah, there is something for MLW. All right, so I can review that. It's called Pit Fighters is the name of that one. So we had that going down. All right, and that one went down last week. Was that last week or last month? No, actually, it happened on Thursday. It was a Thursday night show. Hold on, just gotta double check something quick. Yeah, so this was done from the center stage in okay. All right, good. So we're gonna start out with SmackDown Live per the usual. And then of course, like I said, we got AEW Collision and we also have MLW. So we'll start out with SmackDown Live. And it went down last night. From the Paycom Center in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Started out on USA Network. We had was a promo segment as it was Randy Orton. Well, it was Cody Rhodes Randy Orton interrupted by Cody Rhodes, interrupted by the Bloodline, then interrupted by Kevin Owens, and it was a wild show. This was a solid opener to the event and everything else. Orton threw some questions at Cody, about, where your allegiance lie, the whole 9 yards. Cody kind of tried to smooth things over, like, you know what? I get it. I understand it. I know why you're kind of feeling a little, why am I trusting Roman in the whole 9 yards? But you have to understand that this is in this bloodline war, sometimes your friend is your enemy. Your enemy could be your friend. So he tried to explain himself. Then the bloodline came out to try to continue to drive the wedge, trying to manipulate the whole situation. Here comes Kevin Owens. And Owens not really satisfied with what Cody was doing, so they were trying to offer a triple threat. And then Owens like, no. Let me and Orton deal with this. You gotta fight at Bad Blood with your partner Roman. We'll handle this tonight. Okay, but you could also sense that there definitely is friction. Owens is not trusting Cody Rhodes about this whole situation. And quite frankly, I understand it. I get it. But Owens, I think there's more than what meets the eye. I think Owens is more pissed off because he lost to Cody for the WWE Championship. Remember, they did have a very good match. Bash at Berlin, where Cody successfully defended the title. But Owens is still stewing over that. Now he's trying to coexist with Roman Reigns. And I know why Owens is pissed, because the bloodline, including Roman, made his life a living hell. Made Randy Orton's life a living hell. Then why the hell are you aligning yourself with the original OTC when you realize all the crap that Roman and his bloodline pulled around that time? Valid point, valid argument, But I also understand where Cody's coming from, because Cody is saying, look, I got backed into a corner here. Do I want to work with Roman? Most likely not. But he is the only one I can rely on right now in this war, which is valid, because Roman has something that he's fighting for. It's no longer about the undisputed title. No, it's about his bloodline, his family legacy, and that Solo Sikoa is running through the freaking mud. Pardon my language. I almost dropped an F-bomb. I apologize. But that's what's been going on. So Roman has something that is actually he's fighting for, worth fighting for, something that he believes in. He'll deal with Cody down the line, and that battle for the WWE Championship is going to happen. We don't know when, we don't know where, but it's probably going to happen at some point down the line. So Roman's wants to be bygones for now, but he's already made it very clear he wants the title back, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get the belt back. So we'll see. This was very interesting. I loved it. Anthony, it's yours.
This was almost 20 minutes, but there was only enough meat for 10 minutes at most. So it felt way too long to just end up with a predictable tag match. Orton took a few extra moments to soak up the crowd's reaction, and Solo looked genuinely upset that the crowd kept interrupting him. And that's really all I can say there. And as far as Cody and Roman down the road, well, this is just a rumor going around now. The rumor I'm hearing is that they want to do Cody and Roman in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yes.
On November 2nd, as part of Crown Jewel. So, if that happens, that's easily the biggest match in the history of a Saudi show ever. So, we're gonna have to wait and find out how that all goes down. But there isn't anything else left for me to say on this. Fine segment, but it did end up with a predictable tag match, like I said. So. I think it went a little too long, if I'm going to be honest with you. So that's my only constructive criticism. So, Michael Bullock, Phenom, come on in. Your thoughts.
So what you're saying, Florio, is solid, but not overly spectacular, Florio.
Solid, but not overly spectacular. It was fine, just went a little too long. It should have been at least 10 tops, not 20.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, Florio, but I mean, it was still a good segment. I mean, yes, it did go too long, but you know what? When you got a good segment like this, you really can't complain that much about it. I mean, just my personal opinion on it, but we'll see. But yeah, I heard that rumor too, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so there's really nothing more to say. It's yours, Fletch.
First fight of the night, the number one contenders for the WWE Women's Championship. It's Bayley versus Naomi. Now, here is what led to everything. And Anthony, keep that mic on mute. I'm going to be tossing to you in just a moment. During the tag team match a week ago, it was Nia Jax and her partner. Holy shit! I just brain farted. What the hell? Did I really just brain fart? Yeah, I did.
I can help you out here, MF. Last week it was Naomi and Bayley.
Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax versus Bayley and Naomi. I cannot believe I forgot Tiffany Stratton's name. What the hell? I totally just whiffed. Damn.
I think because of a certain college football game that's on right now, I think your mind is elsewhere. I don't blame you. What a game.
It turned into one side of a blowout all of a sudden. Now it turned into a fight. We got to fight our.
I'll tell you what. These last few seconds of this game it's been utterly insane.
Yeah. So We'll get into that. We'll get into that later. But anyway, um, so Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax, they went up against Bailey and Naomi. Now the rule was whoever got the winning fall in that match, if Bailey or Naomi pinned either Tiffany or Nia, they would become the number one contender for the women's world title. However, the loser of the match is gone out of SmackDown forever. Well, once the match ended, it ended in a double pin. That's right, you heard me. A double pin happened between Nia, Bailey, and Naomi. They both got pinned on Nia. Nick Aldis said, "You know what? It's a double pin. So in the natural progression of trying to be fair, let's do a one-on-one match, winner take all. Winner gets the shot at the gold. We have the match. The winner of the bout in roughly 10 minutes. And now the number one contender for the WWE Women's Championship, Bailey wins it all. Anthony, it is yours.
What was the time again?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Yeah. Man, MF, I was on the verge of having some big time fun with you when you had your little moment there. I could have done the "What were you doing?" and I'm like, you probably were you stuffing your face with another hot dog again?
I don't even have any hot dogs in my house, Florio.
Baloney, you only have 7. Yeah, I bet you got mustard all over your shirt there.
I did not.
Look at you, you're a mess.
And I did not either, Jesse.
Oh, that's what I was going for on that one. Oh man. Okay.
Maybe
All
you
kidding
have
aside,
you have the mustard on, Jesse.
I don't even like mustard on my dogs, but anyways, all kidding aside here, back to wrestling now. Okay, solid match between two veterans who know each other well. Bailey won clean with an elbow drop from the top rope. Aside from one sloppy moment, there wasn't much to complain about. It was not a showstopper, but it was a good performance. Not showing us Naomi's full entrance, I thought was a mistake because her entrance is a sight to behold. Naomi's dive out of the ring looked great, and Bailey's sunset flip in the corner looked bad because Naomi was too close to the corner. But I'm going to give this in excess of 3 to 3.25 stars for the effort. No surprise with the outcome. Bailey never really had her rematch for the WWE Women's Championship after losing it to Nia Jax at SummerSlam. So now she's going to have it 1 week from tonight as part of the Bad Blood pay-per-view. So not much more to say on that. So 3 to 3.25 stars. And Bullock, we talked about it during our abbreviated SmackDown chat last night. We had an abbreviated one, but still had it nonetheless. You said this outcome was somewhat predictable and no big surprise.
Yeah, because like you said, Florio, Bailey never really had her rematch after she lost the title to Nia Jax at SummerSlam. So yeah, as soon as I heard this match being made, I'm like, yeah, Bailey's winning this, no doubt. So, but Naomi did give her one heck of a challenge, but at the end, I think this was the right call. Now Bailey does get her opportunity at getting back that women's title from Nia Jax. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. 3.25. It's yours, Fletch.
Yeah, about three for me. Yeah, this was absolutely unbelievable. What a match! Big win, no doubt about it. And for, like you said, for Bailey, it's now upward and onward. Solid matchup. I get the dejection and I get the heartbreak from Naomi. That was a hard loss to suffer. Incredible matchups, to say the very least. Really nothing more to add. So we do move on. And the next thing that we did have, oh, there we go. Match number 6 of what undoubtedly has been the best rivalry in WWE, especially on SmackDown Live. Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade. Carmelo Hayes has tied it up 3-all. 16 minutes, 57 seconds. Michael Bullock, it is yours.
Well, what can you say, Fletch? I mean, another match and another unbelievable match. And what did I say about repetitiveness, Fletch?
It's only good if it elevates every time.
And that's what these two have done. Every time when they're in the ring, they always seem to elevate each other. So we only take good repetitiveness here. And this is definitely good. So I'm going to give this in excess of, I'm going to go 3.5. I'm going 3.5 to 4. That's just how damn good this is. And I mean, it seems like every time they wrestle, it just turns into gold. And that's what you get when you get two incredible athletes in Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. And now that it's 3-3, you know this has got to go 7. Because somebody's got to win this whole rivalry. So it's not a matter of if it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when it will happen. So
yeah,
3.5 to 4 is my rating, and I'll even go as far as to call it the fight of the night, as far as I'm concerned, because whenever you get these two in the ring, you know that it's a fight of the night contender, and this, no doubt about it, was it. So it's yours, Fletch.
I partially disagree with you because I think you got to go higher. I'm saying 4.25 because that's how good this match really was. Without a doubt, this was the fight of the night. This was without a doubt amazing. And their series is getting better and better and better. To me, this was their best fight of the series. And we maybe got one more coming up. So, I mean, there's really nothing more for me to add here. Yes, I'm in total agreement. 4.25 for me. Anthony, it's yours.
I agree with MF. 4.25 stars for me as well. This was just as fast-paced and hard-hitting as their 5 previous bouts. At this point, these two would need to make an effort to put on a bad match. They fought through 2 picture-in-picture commercial breaks and brought each other to their limit. These two continually bring out the best in each other. And then LA Knight came out and ended up causing a distraction that allowed Carmelo Hayes to roll up Andrade for the win. This is definitely worth going out of your way to see if you're pressed for time and you DVR'd it. The way Hayes sent Knight flying over some crates looked wild. Andrade hitting a power slam on the apron while being between the ropes was an awesome spot. Melo's springboard DDT was perfect. And Andrade's double moonsault always looks cool, but if the opponent rolled in the other direction, it would neutralize the move. Fight of the night here, no doubt about this. 4.25 stars. I agree with MF 100% on the rating. A 7th match most definitely it is imperative we get a 7th match here. And it's also imperative to get it done at the earliest possible date. I'm thinking either Bad Blood or it could be maybe in a couple of weeks on SmackDown after Bad Blood. I don't know, but rest assured, we're getting a 7th match here. No doubt about it. So 4.25 stars, fight of the night. And MF, we move on to women's action now.
Yeah, we got Michin going one-on-one with Piper Niven. Michin winning the match in 8 minutes and 35 seconds. By default, this was the worst fight of the night, even though there was nothing bad about the match. It was a little slow and plotty in certain areas, I will give you that. But it was still an okay, decent match. I could easily call maybe 2.5 stars. Anthony, it's yours.
By default, worst fight of the night. even though it was not all that bad. It was decent, but had a couple of sloppy moments and lacked a certain level of aggression that should have been present. And the crucifix bomb looked awesome, but Niven rolled a bit too much and it looked awkward when she needed to roll back into place for a 2 count. 2.5, 2 3/4 of a star. Predictable outcome. You knew Meechin was going to win. They want to give her the momentum going into that dumpster match with Chelsea Green next week in Nashville. So, yeah, by default, the worst fight of the night, even though it was not all that bad. 2.5, 2 3/4 of a star. Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, 2.5 stars for me as well. I mean, like you said, by default, this was the worst fight of the night, even though it wasn't a bad match at all. I mean, it's just that some of the other things that we had tonight were just better than this. And obviously, like you said, you want to give Meechin the momentum going into that dumpster match against Chelsea Green. So, yeah, so there's really nothing more to say. Let's move on, Fletch.
Main event of the evening, as it was Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. They went up against Randy Orton and Kevin. Was it Kevin Owens? Yeah, Cody.
Yeah, it was Kevin Owens.
It was Kevin Owens. Winners of the bout in 14 minutes and 38 seconds. The Bloodline, Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa winning the match. Anthony, it's yours.
Second best fight of the night here. I will give this in excess of 3.5 to 3 3/4 of a star. This match had some fun sequences and a lot of physicality, but every single story beat was predictable. We all knew there would be interference because every Bloodline match has it. It's a pattern the New World Order fell into also. WWE is getting a little too comfortable going 20 or more minutes between matches. Jacob Fatu is the perfect combination of modern wrestling and old school gimmicks, and Randy Orton's series of suplexes on the ringside announce table was a lot of fun. So, second best fight of the night for me, 3.5 to 3 3/4 of a star. You saw the tension between Cody and KO. It's gonna blow up eventually. So, there's not much more to say. So, man, what a game! All right, yeah. So not much more to say. Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, 3.5 to 3 3/4. Second best fight of the night here. Yeah, you could just see the tensions with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. You know it's going to happen eventually. I mean, the blow-up's going to happen. It's not a matter of if it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. Who knows? So, yeah, there's really nothing more to say. I think it's yours, Fletch.
Yeah. Like I said, 3.5 to 3 3/4, solid main event. Really nothing more to add. So yeah, they did a really good job with it, and yeah, we're out of there. So time for the overall review, and I want to give this to Michael Bullock. So Bullock, is yours.
Yeah, I thought this was a really good show. I mean, yeah, when you have your worst fight of the night only being having be a 2.5 star fight, you know it's something good. So, I mean, could it have been better in some areas? Absolutely. So, but other than that, there's really nothing that much to complain about. I'll give this about maybe an 8 out of 10. It's yours, Fletch.
Yeah, this was an excellent matchup. An excellent show. 8.5 out of 10 for me. Anthony, it's yours.
8 out of 10 for me. Last night's Smackdown was business as usual, but did advance a couple of stories and gave us a match of the week contender. None of the matches last night were a letdown, but 3 of the 4 were definitely your typical average TV bout. There was one exception. Andrade and Carmelo Hayes had their 6th match, and it ended with Melo tying their series at 3, thanks to some unintentional help from the United States Heavyweight Champion LA Knight. WWE has struck gold with those 2, and if both men are in the company for a long time, it's going to be one of those feuds management can rekindle anytime it needs a banger. This was not a must-see show as a whole, but El Idolo and him put on a performance you should go out of your way to see. Solid 8 out of 10 for me. So with that, we turn the mic back over to MF for his Mikey's Mindset. So what you got for us, MF?
All right, so we're going to start off, as always, with AEW Collision, the Grand Slam show. That was from Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York. We started it off with it was a what they call a Soraya Rules match. Jamie Hayter versus Soraya. Jamie Hayter winning the match in 8 minutes and 5 seconds. So after that, we had was a Trios Tornado tag team match, as it was Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keith. They went up against Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Kyle O'Reilly. And it was Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keith winning the match in 8 minutes. Then it was followed by Action Andretti and Brody King. Brody King winning in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Then we had the TNT title on the line, as it was Jack Perry going one-on-one with Minoru Suzuki, and Jack Perry winning the match via countout in 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Next up, we had Trios titles on the line, and there was Pac, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta. They went up against Private Party and Comanda for the title, and it was Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler winning the match 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Next up, right after that, we had was a hologram, Trasilisto and the Beast Mortals in a triple threat match. And it was hologram winning the match in 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Right after that, a lot of promo stuff to fill the gaps. Then we had a lumberjack match, a lumberjack strap match. Hangman Adam Page versus Jeff Jarrett. Hangman winning the match in roughly 13 minutes and 20 seconds. And it led us to, I believe this is the main event of the evening. Let me see. Yes, it is. The main event of the evening, the Continental Champion, Kazuchika Okada, going one-on-one with Sammy Guevara in an eliminator match. And it was Okada winning the main event, winning it in 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Total review of it, 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a solid show. Could have been better in certain areas. I don't know. I wasn't really a big fan of the Soraya Rules match. I wasn't really a big fan of it at all. I thought the rest of the show was pretty good. I'll give you that. But other than that, solid show, to say the very least. One last bit of business we got to do. MLW, the Pipe Fitters, or the Pit Fighters is what they called it. This was from Center Stage in Atlanta, GA. Started out with the Rogue Horsemen, Brent Ryan Gosling, Bobby Fish, Brock Anderson, and CJ Anderson. They cut it a promo, but we started out with Kevin Knight and Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish winning the match in 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Next up we had was Johnny Lee going up against Demi Echo, and this was for the MLW Featherweight Championship. When it was all said and done, winner of the bout in 4 minutes and 7 seconds was Johnny Kai winning the match. Next up, once we saw, we got was Matthew Justice versus Jesus Rodriguez, and it was Matthew Justice winning the match in 9 minutes and 7 seconds. Then we had was Randall Royce going one-on-one with Danny Strauss. That was the fight went to a no contest. Fight got thrown out in 2 minutes. All right, very well then. Then we had was Alex Kane going one-on-one with Brett, Ryan, Gosselin, and it was Alex Kane winning the match in 8 minutes and 19 seconds. Then we had Akira versus Akko Khan in a Tripoli death match. Oh, you know I love these death matches. Khan wins the match, 10 minutes and 34 seconds. I'm just going to say it, man. It was bloody. It was a bloody fight. I loved it. Main event of the show. Yes, it was indeed. Main event of the show. Matt Riddle going one-on-one with ruthless Tommy Lawler. With Tom Lawler. And it was Matt Riddle winning the match via knockout in 8 minutes and 6 seconds. Basically, it was, you could say this was very similar to like an MMA style fight. What this match was more like. This would be something you would see at like Bloodsport, or which is Burnett, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport that they normally do during WrestleMania weekend. So they had that going on, and it basically was what he did was he nailed him with two knees to the two knee strike to the jaw. Then he mounted Lawler and then just beat the brakes off him. The referee had to step in and stop the fight. Said, "All right, I've seen enough. It's over." So that is your MLW, your pit fighters. All right, boys, we're out of here. So on Monday night, we do it all over again. Hosted by Anthony Foyle, 11 p.m. Eastern, with Ridiculously Raw. Wednesday Night Madness, back on Wednesday night at 10:30. Thursday, College Football Thursday. Friday, NFL Friday. Come back here 1 week from tonight, 10:30 again, and we do another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk, Smackdown Live, and then I'll give you my thoughts on AEW Collision, and if there is another MLW recap, then I'll do it then. So for Anthony Foyle, for Michael Bullock, I am Michael Fletcher. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful evening, and so long for now. Bye-bye.